Food is good now. It's good medicine. Okay.
Hello and welcome to our viewers across the globe. It's your amiable host, Amaka Beke, the host of Legacy. On this talk show today, it's a sad event. We lost a son, we lost a child, we lost a community member, the late Sylvester Oromoni, who was a student at Darwin College. Darwin College is a co-educational system in Lagos, Lekki Phase 1 Lagos, where both boys and girls live in the dormitory while they go to school from SS1, which is grade 7 through grade 12. Unfortunately, the last week of November 2021, at Darwin College, a fateful night or evening of November 21st, I believe, or 20th, I think it was 19th or 20th, thereabout, this little boy, Sylvester Oromoni, was assaulted and he was made to drink a poisonous substance. After the assault and the poisonous substance that he was made to drink, he became very, very ill. His body, was swollen and sore. He couldn't function properly, and shortly after, he succumbed to his injuries. Now we're talking about what happened and what could have happened and what could have prevented this demise of this young man, as well as looking into the family of the man, the young boy who passed away, Sylvester Oromoni, and the family of the boys who were involved in his death. And on top of that, the entire community and family system. And to talk about this with me, to discuss this with me, is Dr. Mrs. Antonia Ephraim Chukwu. Doctor, please once again introduce yourself to our generous viewers.
Okay. My name is Dr. Antonia Ephraim Chukwu from the Department of Igbo, African and Asian Studies, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka.
Welcome again.
And I'm a parent too.
Yes.
Parents of 2 children. Yes.
Who have also who are going through the body system, right?
Bullying in school. My son has experienced bullying in school, and to the best of my knowledge, we went there and it was corrected.
Yes.
Immediately. Yes.
And you see, when it comes to bullying in school or bullying among students, let's be clear, this happens everywhere. The thing is, in some cases, at some schools, it is more because it's become an order of the day. Either the school system is condoning it, or the teachers and the caregivers and the guardians are turning a blind eye or a deaf ear to this event. And I think more so, it's even worse where it's a boys' school or among boys. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah. It's more about
with boys. Yes.
In my son's school, there are boys and girls
as well,
but it is very, very, very rife in the boys' hostel.
Yeah.
Because everything, not only stealing, they will steal and they will equally force you to give them the one they could steal. Yes. We bought provisions for my son in SS2. They just broke the cupboard and took everything. And we now repaired the cupboard. That very person came and took his keys.
Wow.
Took his keys. We now changed the keys for him. And the very room he's staying was equally, he exchanged a room with another person, and it stopped.
That was how that was stopped.
Yes, that was how it stopped. Talk to the housemaster, talk to the school authority. In short, let them hear your voice. And when you hear something, just do something.
Exactly.
Take action.
Take action.
Avert any had I know.
Particularly, parents need to pay more attention to their children.
Yes.
No matter how old your child is, if they are living with you.
That, you are now training a weakling. No, It is not. When it is time for them to fight for themselves, let
They
them
will.
do that.
Yeah.
But in case of bullying, don't let
Bullying,
anybody
intimidating
bully
other
your child.
children, humiliating other
Yes,
children.
even in primary school, don't let anybody bully your child. When my
Yeah.
daughter was in primary school and entering school bus, they were singing with her name, And now I
Wow.
didn't even want to talk at the bus stop. I went straight to the headmistress.
Yes.
Please, let them stop singing with my daughter's name. I
Name.
don't like it. Mary Ann is never a bad name. So that's AKA they turned it into. I don't like it. If they don't want to call her Mary Ann, let them call her Igbo name, please. And it was announced in that very bus by headmistress, and it stopped. So take proactive measures to just stop any form of bullying to your children. Yeah, if you let it slide, now
what
that
will
child
happen?
will be feeling inferior.
Yeah.
In front of
and it would affect their educational performances too.
In the class.
Affect their academic
and
performance.
Even truancy, they will, instead of going to school, any day your child, assuming the person is going from home, say, I don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
Stop anything you are doing and visit that very
school.
I don't want to go to school means that maybe the teacher flogged him or her. Go there.
Hardly the case.
Go there and make sure that you ask questions.
Yeah.
You ask questions so that they will give you the answer why he or she said that he don't want to go to school. Maybe he's not doing or bringing back his assignment.
Yeah.
He's not writing his assignment.
Yeah.
We just put it inside his bag.
Yeah.
And we relax, watch film and the other things.
Yeah.
Go there. You will find out from the teacher that maybe your child is not doing his homework.
Yeah, that's why they're running away from school.
Yes. So also,
otherwise, it might be running away from their fellow students.
Fellow children, maybe another children in that class is bullying him or her. Then when you ask, either the teacher or your child or even his friends will now tell you what is happening.
Yeah.
When this is done, then you solve that very problem. Because all this affects the psychology
of the child.
Yes. Even bullying, the child will now have diminishing return, and some will even go. You think young children don't have depression? They do go into depression.
They do. Are you kidding?
They do go into depression
all the time. The thing is
you
that
will see a vibrant and extrovert child. You will come back from school and you'll be sitting quiet. Asking questions, you will just do like this and keep quiet.
Oh no.
So they do go into depression.
They do.
When you notice something, act.
Yes.
It is not
don't sit still.
Just act. Go to that school. If it means changing your son or your
moving to a different school,
or your girl to school, do that. Change the school.
Yes.
Change the school and bring him or her out from that very environment so that his psychology, his psychic will
be restored.
Yeah.
And and children like when their parents hear them. And I mean hear them, listen from the heart. When your child complains to you about any single event, it doesn't matter how trivial you think it is, or how minute you think it is, or how insignificant. Please don't take it lightly. Listen from the heart. If you're too busy at the time your child is complaining or is saying something to you, call their attention later on and say, what were you trying to tell me? And listen to that child. Just because they are boys doesn't mean that they are superhumans. Just because they are girls and seem independent doesn't mean that they are superhuman. They still need our love and support. They need your, they need your care. They need, and as parents, we owe our children the duty of care. The care never stops because they are now, would I say, smart? or because they are now independent, or because they are now in the educational system where we believe it's a high-end school, it's a private college, the children who are there are equally from rich or, you know, similar type of family, you know, socioeconomic prowess, where, yes, because Darwin College is a private school, and every child in that school is at least from an above average household.
Yes.
So you would think that in such environments, the kids you have there are kids who understand love, who have been raised with love, who understand discipline, who maybe are not so disciplined themselves, but fear what their parents will do, the outcome, you know, of their own mischief, if they should be mischievous in school. Why is that not the case in this? And this is not like this Darwin College, we've heard so far that it's a notorious school for, notorious for such activities. They say it's cultism, and they say it's whatever else. They want to initiate the kid, or they want to intimidate the boy, or they are, you know, humiliating people up and down, or cultism, whatever the case. They said, it is said that Darwin College is notorious for such activities. Why is it now that this young man, late Sylvester Oromoni, why is it after his death, his passing, and succumbing to this ugly event in school or ugly activity that has been ongoing in this college, why is it now that people are speaking up? Why is it now that we are hearing all this?
You see, our society is corrupt, especially the legal system. If those parents have spoken up that time, there will be attacks both by the school management, and they will use legal system. Do you understand?
To silence
they will say
them.
that there is a hair.
Yeah.
It is slander. It is the defamation.
Yeah.
It is this one and this one. Can you prove it? Do you understand? That is why Sylvester has paid the supreme price to now bring everything to limelight. Because has it been that he
survived? Yeah.
Has it been that he survived?
We won't be saying this today. Yeah.
And nobody will have the audacity to talk.
Yeah.
But now that this thing is, he died, they now have the boldness to come and say, yes, this is what happened to us, because there is now outcry, and they feel that they are protected by the law. Because when you talk, and those evil, you see, they have cliques. They have cliques.
Even the parents have cliques.
Yes, they have cliques.
Even the parents.
They have cliques. They will come to the PTA meeting, you will see them. When this person talks, the other person will support him or her. Yes, they have cliques. And if you are not among that clique, anything you say in PTA meeting is bad. That I should them. So they are now speaking up, because the society is now in turmoil. Everybody is crying justice for Sylvester, justice for Sylvester. That is why they are now saying what they should have said. Had it been
to avert
now, then
to avert this problem.
Yes, to avert it. That is our society for
What do you think of Sylvester's parents right now?
Well, there is nothing they can do. The deed has been done. So my advice for them is seeking justice, yes.
Yeah.
For their sons to rest in peace. And again, they need prayers. Prayers of Nigerians, because I heard he is an only son, just like me. I only have two.
Really? Oh no.
A boy and a girl.
Oh.
So any one of them you touch, I'm ready to die with you.
You better touch me before you go there.
No, you see, that is
God forbid.
That is
God
anytime
forbid.
I come across that story online, I shed tears.
I can imagine.
I now remember my own experience.
Yeah.
And said, it is God, because I didn't mean that I did not go for
It
that
didn't mean that you didn't act
episcopal
fast.
meeting. I wouldn't
You
have
know,
known. But I
delay
used
is
to call
always dangerous. Delay
the
is often
guardian.
dangerous.
I'll be calling the guardian. How is my boy? He say he's fine. Okay, that day I saw it. In short, I canceled that guardian. Tell her on
Exactly.
Monday, I'm coming to collect my boy's things from you.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't need any other guard. Guard yourself.
Yeah.
Guard yourself. So Sylvester's parents should just take heart and pray for the repose of the soul of Sylvester.
Yeah.
Then fight as much as they can to see that justice is done. And also,
Yes.
these boys, as I said earlier, they are under 18 years.
Yeah.
Can they be talking to the court of law? Is juvenile court now, or they
Yeah.
will be left or leave to enter into 18 years or so,
Yeah.
and they will be tried. You see, is equally somehow. So, as I said, they did it just for pure
Peer
juvenile
pressure.
delinquency. They
Yeah.
don't even know what they were doing.
No.
And everybody is saying court, court, yes, court. But in reality, they are, all these children are not up to 18 years. They
Yeah.
don't know what they are doing.
Yeah.
Some of them are
Yeah.
possessed by evil
Yeah.
spirits.
Evil.
Yes, evil spirits. They
Mm.
don't know what they are doing. They were maybe thinking that after beating him, he will now be fearing them. They don't know he's going to die.
They didn't know.
So
They didn't know.
my
And
advice for them
and
is
we have and
take
we
heart.
we will all be right if we say that they did not mean to kill him. In this case, in criminal justice, the boys may be charged with third-degree murder because Sylvester succumbed to the injuries that was inflicted upon him. That's what he succumbed to, or maybe, of course, the substance that he had been given to drink. Uh, in any case, the boys who were alleged to inflict all this on him didn't mean to kill him. They probably meant to make him to succumb to their leadership or to their intimidation. Unfortunately, it led to something that is now out of control. Um, let's just take a moment to respect the late Sylvester Oromoni. May his soul rest in peace and may his memory be
Amen.
a blessing. As we move on with this discourse, I am reaching out personally, like just to the parents of Sylvester, and I say, it's a long road to recovery. It wouldn't be easy. It's even easier now that everyone is outraged and it's a general, it's a topic, it's a general subject where everyone is, speaking their mind on it. It seems easier, but sooner or later, everything will be quiet and everyone will not speak about it. And then it will be left to you as a family to grapple with this shocking reality that you have to deal with. It will not be an easy pain, especially watching those boys grow and maybe become something of worthy ideal in their own lives that your child has been, would I say, has been made to not, they've taken it away from your son. His life has been cut short shortly before he turned 12. He wanted to be a pilot, at least not anymore as a human, maybe as a spirit. It's just so much to take in, just so much. It's even, I'm so saddened by this whole outcome. I'm personally saddened, which is why I have to talk about it. And I feel sorry for the parents of the boys who were the perpetrators. I feel sorry for those parents because it's a parental fail for you. It's a major flaw in your mode of parenting. I don't blame your children, but I blame you. Your children are children. I don't care that they are 35. They are your children. That's your making. You should not feel proud of the kind of parent that you have been leading up to this moment. The actions of your children have shown what kind of a parent and what kind of a family that you have created for them. If you created a loving household, they would know love, they will give love, they will share love. If you created a kind, a household of kindness, and you taught them kindness, they will be kind, not only to themselves, but to other kids around them. To also think that you guys are well off. You come from very well-to-do homes. It means that you have the finances to fund quality education and education beginning from home education. You know, do you ever watch what your children are watching? Do you monitor what they watch? Do you monitor the kind of games and whatever they play and their interests? They hang out with all manner of kids just because, and clearly this whole event is showing us now that just because someone is from a rich household doesn't mean that they are learning good morals at home. Doesn't mean, if anything, it's showing that the richer the family, the less the moral lesson that they are passed on, that they are taught. If you don't teach your kids good morals, they go out there and they do what? They disgrace you. They bring you shame. That's what happens when you don't teach your child good morals.
Yes.
Your child is going to go out there and humiliate you, because they will behave in such a way that someone will turn around and say, whose child is this?
And the child will be linked to the parents.
Of course.
Yes. So the family value will be dragged to the mud.
Yes.
And the name of the family equally,
yes,
would have been tainted.
Yes.
So if it were to be in the olden days in Igbo land, because I read Igbo culture,
yeah,
that very family, no one will enter
Enough.
into it to
It's
get married
off.
to any of the children.
Yes.
Yes,
It's
because
it
has been tainted.
Yeah.
And there with blood of an innocent, even if it is like we are now saying, they don't know. You don't know, but your hand now are smeared with an innocent blood.
Yes. And for the rest of your life.
And for the rest of their life,
yes,
they are murderers.
That is something you can never change.
Yes. Change.
Because this boy is gone. He's not coming back.
He's gone. He's gone.
He's passed on.
And the parents will live with it forever. You see what her mother is saying? Had it been, she wished that she has listened to her son. And that is what will be ringing
in her head. That's the regret. Had I known.
Head,
had I known. 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 Parents, please listen to your children.
Yes, listen to your children. It is not a sign of being weak. No, when you have to be hard on them.
Accordingly.
Stand your ground. Stand your ground. But outside bullying, listen to them. Treat it. And if it comes to changing of their school, withdraw that child, change
there are many schools.
There are many schools. For the peace of her mind. For her peace of mind and psychic, just change her school or his school for the person. Yes.
So what do you think of the school, Darwin College? Because there's a lot of outrage and call out for the school and outcry, seal that school, seal that school, seal that school. What do you think of this school right now?
This school failed in its responsibility as a learning institution.
Yes.
It's a private school. So enrollment should be done according to the capacity of the manpower they have.
Yeah.
So that these children should be monitored.
Yeah, well managed.
Okay, where is the house master? I heard that the boy was locked up for 2 days. Where is the house master? And where is the form teacher? Because
Exactly.
then in Rosie High School, every day we were called on the
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah.
That is roll call by your
Yeah.
form teacher. Is it not?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And as a
Does
brother,
it
you
mean
have
that
to
a
be in
boy?
class. If you're a day
Uh-huh.
student, they
Does
will
it
say,
mean,
okay, maybe you didn't come to school.
yes?
As a
Does it
boarding
mean that
student,
a
you
boy
can
living in
you
a
must be in
hostel?
class unless you're sick.
Yes, you must be in class. A boy that was living in a hostel, the teacher called him the first day, he
He
was
didn't
not there.
show up.
And as a teacher, you're supposed to
You
do
should
the roll
follow
call in
up.
the morning and
Yes.
afternoon.
You
In
should
the afternoon,
follow
you
up.
called him,
Yeah.
he was not there. You did not ask about him. And even all these his friends that are now coming out, why didn't they report that this was what
They were
happened?
all afraid. Let's assume
They're
for
afraid,
argument's sake that they were afraid.
Huh.
Because those boys were overpowering.
I'm not even
Really?
comfortable. I'm not comfortable because one of them, you see, as I told you, in my son's school, this boy was raped, and his friends, because you know now where
Yeah.
his
The
this side
senior
was
student, yeah.
here. So when he want to defecate, when he want to urinate,
Oh.
feces was coming out from his anus,
Oh.
and his friends were the people that reported.
Oh.
Because he told them it is not this very boy. And the boy was called by the principal and was examined straight to hospital. And when the person that did it heard that this is what is happening, they now used insecticide to kill himself,
Poison
which
himself.
did not succeed. It was flushed out and he was expelled.
He was so
But
he was ready to
the
commit
institution,
suicide
the
over.
institution, they did not, they, in short, they are not acting at all.
Yeah.
Because as even the former guidance and counselors said that this has been going on, that it is a time bomb that they know, that he know that one day
He will come
blow.
out. And
So the management are in the know of this.
Yeah.
They knew that this has been going on. What did they do? They failed as educationists in their
Yes.
responsibility and their duties to tame the children they were collecting fat money from. And now I lose my son because I sent him to your school. In short, I don't even know what to tell them. I sent
Also,
my son to you, pay you heavy amount, and then you tell me this story to come that my child is sick and that you almost at a dying point. What were they thinking and what did they do? So they failed. In short, woefully, they failed.
You know, I know that this boy died very quickly also. Of course, there was no early detection or early action to help keep him alive and, rescue him from the pain and the poisonous substance that he had swallowed. Everything happened so fast. Everything happened so fast. From the story, when his father was called was on the 21st of November. His father was away in Warri, Delta State, while this is happening in Lagos. And by the time they called his father, it had been about 2 or 3 days ongoing, or maybe 3 days. And they didn't disclose the proper situation to the father. They just told him that he was sick. So his father wasn't able to reach the school immediately, but he called his brother also, or their family friend, like an uncle to the boy. The uncle got there, seeing what was going on. The uncle called the father and said, hey, this isn't what the school told you. It's worse than they told you. It's worse than they had reported, because this boy is very, very ill. And then that required them to rush him to the hospital. I think the first hospital didn't do much. They had to transport him to a different hospital. By the time they were transferring to a different hospital, a day or 2 or 3 had, gone by. And it wasn't long after he succumbed to his injuries. And this was now maybe minus plus 8 days, 8-day period. Of course, 8 days is a long time for anything to happen. At the same time, being a young child, youth have a way of healing
Yes.
on themselves. You know, like
All
yes,
the
they have
organs are still tender.
exactly all everything. You know, they know they can broke an arm or broke a neck and they still, you know, become well. They go through it and they heal. Unfortunately, not this kid. Not this kid. And the truth is, I believe largely that because this boy had complained to his parents earlier, he wasn't feeling well anymore in that school. He was not happy. He was emotionally down. Everything else was going against him. You know, these people beat him up on the day and gave him this poisonous substance. Before that beat up, they had already been beating him up emotionally, mentally, psychologically. So this boy wasn't doing well. He wasn't
Yes.
doing well before all this. And the attack was
So
too
that
much. It was
the last
intense.
strife.
Yes, it was an intense attack on him. And the school system was there the whole time. Other kids were there the whole time, you know. And what's going on with the school system? What's happening with the school? I don't understand. The school system and the parents who have their children in that school, I have a very big question for all of you. I have a big question because I see where it's money that's controlling the policies or the educational, you know, whatever, the standards of the school. It looks like money is the actual standards because they care about money. And because of money and financial prowess, they respect certain parents of the children
Yes.
in that school over other parents.
Their children are sacred cows that
Mm.
cannot be touched.
Yes.
Maybe shareholder in the school or so,
Yeah.
or giving them large sums as donations and buying equipment, different equipment or laboratory opening. Yes. So their children are now sacred cows that cannot be touched by any teacher. They will even sack teachers in place of a student that
I agree.
misbehave and condone the person's ill manner.
Mischief. Yes. Yeah. Well, I hope the legal system does not lie low with this, and I hope that corruption does not take over in this matter.
Yeah.
I hope that we all hope that late Sylvester Oromoni gets justice. Justice is served to him.
And I pray so. He deserves justice.
He deserves justice. And this should
his
also
parents,
be,
and even his parents.
And his parents, yeah. And I think
everybody should pray for them.
Yeah. Justice for Sylvester should mean that schools and boarding school systems should be looked into. All schools and all boarding systems should be looked into. You know, we should all, the government and the public system, the educational education ministry should go back to the drawing board. Yes, they should go back to the drawing board for every academic system, for every school system, for every elementary school, high school, universities, colleges. They should go back to the drawing board and make sure that things like this must stop. Are corrected. That is what we are asking. Justice for Sylvester is rewrite the school policy, rewrite the school system, right every wrong that's going on in all schools. Government, education ministry, please listen. Listen
and
to
close down schools. Close down any schools.
Yes, that does not comply.
Bullying is noticed. And parents should please speak up. And even the children should equally speak up.
Yeah.
Speak up. Because the Sylvester's mother asked him why he wanted to change school. Had it been that Sylvester opened up and told his mother, yes, that
must have been afraid.
Senior, they are bullying me. See, they are taking all my things. The mother, I know, would have followed him to that school, even if it amounts to withdrawing him. But he did not speak up. And that is somehow, if you look at it, we the Africans, we say it is hand of God. It has been destined that it will happen that way. ahead. Village people were somewhere looking for a way to, but all these things are avoidable deaths.
They are.
Yes, avoidable.
Yeah, very much avoidable.
Just train your children very well so that they will avoid taking lives, because life is precious and nobody can give life except God. When it is taken, it cannot be given back.
No, it cannot be replaced.
So don't take anybody's life. Justice for Sylvester.
Justice for Sylvester.
Yes.
Justice for Sylvester. He deserves justice. Thank you very much, Dr. Antonia.
You're welcome.
You've been a great resource for this conversation. And I hope parents out there listen to us. Please listen to your children. Please act fast, act duly, act accordingly. If you think the other parents are richer than you or the school system will not listen to you, please pull your child out of the school. Life is precious and your child deserves to live. They deserve their peace.
And every child deserves to be educated. Yes, you cannot keep them at home. They need to be educated.
Yes, they need to be educated. You know, and they need an enabling environment for them to learn, for them to grow, you know, for them to evolve.
To mix up, to have friends from other tribes. Yes.
Yeah. And I think this also, there's a little bit of class, would I say, class, whatever. Yes, you know, class, whatever over there, meaning, we want our kids to go to where kids,
yes,
you know, put their kids.
No, they'll be bragging. My son is at that school, very expensive
school. They went college.
Yes.
Yeah, it is expensive. And I think they rate pretty high in academic performance. Unfortunately, it's not just academic, there's a social aspect. So the social aspect of things, the school is not looking into that. They're not doing very well in that department. And how are you going to keep the children evolving accordingly or properly and learning and growing in that safe, you know, in that environment with negativity? There is court system going on. There is you know, intimidation going on. There is bullying going on. That's not a safe environment. I don't care how much the school is worth. I don't care academic performance. I don't care about those things. And even now, let's look into the academic performance, because if we have this much negativity going on, how is it possible that kids are doing well academically?
No, they can't.
They can't.
After the bullying, how can you read?
Exactly. How can you read?
You know that in the night you are going to meet the senior in the hostel. Because throughout the night you will be there with
you didn't sleep through the night.
You cannot read during the day.
They bullied you, they talk down on you, they pinched you at school, they threw you something in class, you know. And they're all walking in parks, and only this one, like, everybody's isolating him. They don't want to make friends with him because of that. No, I don't believe that the academic high whatever rates that you guys are rating in academic performance, I don't believe that is real. That should be looked into as well. That should be, that should be investigated. I don't believe that your school system, Darwin College, is really rating high in academic performance if they have this level of toxicity going on in that school.
It cannot.
And the teachers are silent about it.
Yes.
Wow, teachers.
Very big assignments to do in terms of monitoring.
Yeah, where money speaks. Thank you again, Dr. Chukwu. Thanks to our viewers. Much love to every family that has been affected by this event. We leave you with our love and peace. We pray for your families. We pray that healing comes for you, healing of the mind and the heart and the soul. And please let this be an eye-opening and a reason why you love your children. Draw them closer, listen to them, please, and act accordingly. Stand up for them and teach them to stand up for themselves. Teach your children kindness, learn kindness, extend kindness, express kindness in your household so that the children are leaving the home knowing that this is what we should do when we go out there. And they will stay and continue like that so that they don't bring you shame. So you don't go about feeling like tucking your head in the mud because of what your child's action has brought you and your family.
Yes.
Much love again. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Bye.